Hello, everyone. How's it going? My name's Thick Manatee. Andrew. You can call me whatever. Not bad names, please. That hurt my feelings. Anyway, I am restarting my podcast here, Oceanview. Um, I don't. I've got so many plans or ideas in my head, and I don't really know exactly what I want. So I'm just gonna record this and put it up. Um, I'm just trying to put something up, get something started for my little podcast idea. I did this back in 2017 with Oceanview, the same name. Made 3 episodes of that. Stopped doing everything altogether on YouTube, but I was still doing stuff from 2017 to 2022. I actually made a 3-hour video. Yes, 3 hours. Very long. Took a long time to make. Very annoying. Made a video recapping the last 6 years. Put that over on my second channel. You can go check that out if you would like. It's good background noise. I actually edited a lot of stuff into it, pictures and music and stuff. That took a lot of time, like I said. So I think I'm going to actually give it a shot with not doing all that. I'm going to try to make something without doing all that because it takes a long time, and I would like to try to do other stuff, actually make videos and edit stuff, not spend a bunch of time on a podcast that people might not listen to. So I'm gonna just do this a little more naturally than I had planned. Try to make it a little bit quicker than I planned because I did actually record this before, and I talked way too much about too many things. I kind of lost track, I guess, or just got too into the details, and then it started to be like 2 hours, and I got overwhelmed by myself somehow. So yeah, gonna try to shorten it a little bit. This is hopefully just gonna be like an hour to hour and a half type thing. I'm gonna try to do this monthly. I don't really want to try to do this weekly or bi-weekly. Maybe in the future I'll change my mind. But I think just for now, for this first year at least, it's 2024 now, by the way. Happy New Year. I'm gonna try to just do a monthly episode. So this is January, start of January. It's the 4th today when I'm recording this. I'll probably upload this on the 5th. And not much has happened enough for me to make a whole episode about. So I'm going to recap 2023, just recap the things that I actually, think are worthy of talking about. Because, like I said, I tried to do this before and the episode was way too long. So I'm just going to go over the things that were the most important, I guess, to me. And I'm going to try to release these at the beginning of a month. So, like, February will be the January episode. And then beginning of March will be the February episode. So, just going to talk about all the things that I'm up to. All the things, mainly entertainment, movies, TV, video games. Mainly going to be talking about all that stuff. The stuff I'm playing, the stuff I'm watching, I just like to talk about a lot of things, entertainment-wise, and sometimes I talk to my friends or parents or, whatever, but I feel like a lot of the time they don't want to hear everything I have to say just because I talk about it all the time, so I don't blame them for that. I understand that. So I'm trying to get this out there somewhere, just trying to get my thoughts out instead of just talking to myself or thinking to myself. I want to actually speak on the things that I enjoy. So gonna try that now. I have some other ideas I'd like to try to add into this in the future, and I will talk about that at the end. So now I'm gonna get started with the 2023 recap. I was seeing a lot of people most of the year. I wasn't seeing like a lot of bad stuff. Like a lot of years, people were saying like, "Oh, this is the worst year of my entire life," and some of them I can understand. People said 2016 was pretty bad. I get that 2016 was a little bad, in certain ways. Last year didn't feel that bad. 2020, that would be a understandable year to be bad for people. That's probably one of the worst years overall in history. Yeah, 2023 wasn't that bad. However, in the last couple of days of December, I saw people saying like, "Oh man, that's the worst. It's a terrible year. This year sucks." But I didn't think it was that bad for me personally. A lot of good stuff happened. I will agree with some people who have said it plenty. 2023 was a very good year for video games. A lot of great video games came out. But for all right, so I was just talking about not wanting to edit this and all that stuff, and immediately, randomly at 8 p.m., that's when I'm recording this, there's a package delivered. So yeah, of course, right when I wanted to do this, I get interrupted. So yeah, I lost my train of thought. I had to walk away. But 2023 was not that bad. Personally, yeah, I was talking about video games, I believe. Video games releasing were very good, but people working in video games, game devs, had a very bad time because a lot of people got laid off. And even though, they made so much money this year, so that was a very unfortunate thing. For that group of people, I can understand. Also, I guess there was a writer's strike and the actor's strike. That was not particularly good. The outcome was good, but there was all those months where they weren't getting paid or working, so I can understand that. It wasn't the best year probably, but I had a pretty good year, I think. I feel like had a lot of good movie classes. I'm still in school. I should be done this year, hopefully. And I had a lot of various classes over this past year. I took a class about Alfred Hitchcock. His name is kind of hard to say and like type. Every time I typed it, I would get it messed up because there's two H's, three C's. Very annoying name sometimes. Yeah, I took a class about Hitchcock. Very good director. I learned he's kind of a weirdo. Was a weirdo. He wasn't like a bad person, it didn't seem, but he's just a kind of quirky weirdo guy. But he's made pretty good movies, so I watched a variety of them. I talked about him in detail in the last one. I'm not going to do that now because it would take forever, but I'll just name a few. I watched The 39 Steps, Notorious, Strangers on a Train, Vertigo, North by Northwest, The Birds, a lot of his more well-known movies. And then I watched Psycho, which of course, banger, masterpiece movie. Don't need to talk about that too much. The two that I do want to talk about a tiny bit is Rebecca, which I believe was his first American movie, because he's a British director, and most of his movies were in England before he came to America, before he came to Hollywood. And Rebecca's pretty good. I liked that movie a lot. Atmosphere was nice, and it was in a big, fancy house, and yeah, it was very well made. I enjoyed it a lot. And Rear Window, I heard a lot about that, and the way it's shot and made is very, very good and impressive. I'm sorry if I pause. Occasionally, I'm burping, so I'm backing away from the mic. Yeah, Rear Window is very good. It's just a guy in his apartment, like you see him, and then the other camera angle is on the other apartment buildings that are outside of his window, and you just see those people through the window. You don't actually ever go into their apartments. The camera never goes in there, and it's very impressive. Very well made movie, very interesting. I like that one a lot as a banger. There are banger movies that came out, before the 2000s or 90s. If you're a person who thinks old movies aren't good, they're pretty good. A lot of them are, so a lot better than a lot of stuff now. So yeah. Took the Hitchcock class. I also took an Oscar class, about the Oscars, the awards, and watched a lot of winners from the 100 years or almost 100 years. It's 90 something, I believe, of the Oscars being around. Watched a bunch. Don't have a whole lot to say about some of them. Also, I wanted to mention, I forgot, if you want to see my rankings, I didn't really write a review for every movie that I watched, but I ranked and rated all the movies that I watched in 2023 on Letterboxd. So if you want to go follow me on Letterboxd, it's Thick Manatee. So go check me out on there. Follow me. I like Letterboxd. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about all the movies, but there was a couple of standouts. Midnight Cowboy with Jon Voight and Dustin Hoffman. Very good. That was in 1969, which was a year after the production code, which was the thing where you couldn't really show too many things on screen that would what's the word, like corrupt the American public, because super religious people were in charge of that from the 30s till 68. So a lot of movies were a little tame, but in the 69, Midnight Cowboy came out and they just did everything. There was drugs, and I think there was nudity. I can't remember entirely. There was like homelessness and, a lot of tough subjects that never would have been talked about, before then. So pretty good movie. That's also the movie where the line "I'm walking here" comes from. I actually thought that was just like a thing that people kind of said, but when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, that would make sense. It would come from a movie, wouldn't it? Yeah, because it's in New York, so yeah. Also, Network was pretty good. That's a movie about like news and how it's kind of corruptible and like not always gonna be truthful, or like they're not always working for the normal people. They're kind of working for themselves and just telling what'll get ratings and all that stuff. So that was a pretty good movie. Pretty still kind of holds up till today, because news is a lot different now, but similar in ways. And I watched American Beauty. I don't want to talk about that too much. I'm realizing I'm dragging this on a little bit longer, but American Beauty, pretty good movie. Very well made, interesting. Another kind of Midnight Cowboy thing where it's like something you wouldn't have seen back in the 60s. That came out. American Beauty was in the 90s, so a little more time had passed, but it was still a little more stuff you wouldn't have seen over the years of film. So that was pretty good. A lot of good movies in that class. I don't really remember all of them, but a lot of good movies. I understood why a lot of them won the Oscars, that they won. I also took an indie film class at the same time. Watched a lot of movies that you probably never heard of, probably don't want to watch. A lot of them were pretty slow, or just didn't seem like they had much of a plot. I didn't think they were bad. They were well made, but I don't know. Some of them weren't quite my thing. The standout of that class was 8th Grade, which was by Bo Burnham, who's a YouTuber. I think I've never really watched him. I've heard of him a bunch. I never watched him too much. I think he's a musician too. But yeah, he made a movie called 8th Grade. It was very good. You get a lot of secondhand embarrassment. If you're an anxious person, you will relate heavily to the character. I am pretty anxious in real life. I'm a little bit more comfortable, I guess, on here and online because I can, hide. But I'm a little bit more anxious in person. I'm quite an anxious guy. So I related a lot to the character in the film. But it was very good. I liked that movie a lot, actually. I kind of want to watch it again now I'm thinking about it. Yeah. So I took that class. That was all in the spring. And then during the summer, I took a class about George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. I don't know how much I've talked about it on this channel, but Star Wars is like my favorite thing ever of all time. So I'd never had to watch any of those George Lucas movies assigned for the class because I've seen every Star Wars movie 700 times, except for the sequels. I like 2 of them, not Rise of Skywalker. And I've seen those a good bit, but not like too much. I have seen Force Awakens. Like I saw that 7 times in theaters, so I like that movie a lot. It was pretty good. Yeah, so I didn't have to watch any George Lucas movies except for American Graffiti, which is pretty good. And watched a lot of Spielberg stuff. Most of it's good. You know that. I don't need to explain that or talk about that much. It's Steven Spielberg. One movie though, one movie of his that I wanted to point out is one that probably a lot of people haven't heard of. It was a movie from the 70s. It was like a TV movie, I believe, called Duel, which was very interesting. It was a guy who was just driving on a highway, and then he like ran into a truck driver who got like mad at him for, I don't even think there was a reason really. I don't remember. And the truck just started to like chase the guy, and they never showed the truck driver, so it was almost like the truck was alive. It was like a monster almost, and it was very interesting concept. I liked it a lot because of that. And yeah, that was a good movie. Probably one of Spielberg's lesser known movies, I'm gonna guess, because again, it was on TV and it was towards the beginning of his career, but very good. You should check it out if you have the Desire. It's only like an hour and a half, I think, so it's pretty quick. And then also after the Spielberg class, I had a horror film class, and I'm not necessarily a horror film guy, but I think the class kind of opened my eyes a little bit, or just interested me a little bit more in the genre. I watched a lot of various things. Cabin in the Woods from 2011. I went all the way back to 1931. Watched those Dracula and Frankenstein movies. I watched Night of the Living Dead, George Romero from Call of Duty Black Ops fame, and watched Halloween, Michael Myers, very good. The Exorcist, Shaun of the Dead, which I never saw, like that a lot. Blair Witch, pretty good. Probably not that great on a second rewatch. What We Do in the Shadows, I've heard about that a bunch over the years because of Taika Waititi. Finally watched that movie and the TV show. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But that was good. Uh, there was a few more in there. Again, go check Letterboxd. The only other one I want to like point out and talk about was a movie called Black Sheep, which was made in New Zealand, and it was garbage. I hated it. That movie sucked ass. It was terrible. It was not that bad at the beginning, and then it got bad. It was like a zombie movie with sheep, so it was like zombie sheep, and it was pretty bad. It was not good. I did not enjoy it. So I did write a review quickly about that to say how bad it was. I would not recommend that movie. That was like the one movie that stuck out to be like really bad. Like most of the movies were okay if they weren't like really good. None of them were bad like that. So yeah, didn't like that. But yeah, overall, I think I enjoyed the class. It kind of got me into horror a little bit more, the film genre. Um, I don't really like play horror video games that much or watch like TV shows. So I guess I'm not super into the genre. I like it, but yeah, I'm more interested in the film genre now. So much so that led me to watch all the Saw movies. Uh, Not necessarily scary at all, and not very good. You could check that video out on this channel because I made a video about all those. But I don't. Yeah, I'm not. I don't plan on being like a horror channel. That's the only like real video I've made so far at the time of recording this. So I don't plan on becoming a horror channel. That was just the first thing. I do want to try to do a Halloween thing in the future Halloweens. I will talk about that some other time, or I might have already talked about it. I can't remember. I'm gonna do a little horror Halloween thing, tradition thing. Yeah, you'll see when Halloween comes around. That's too far in advance, so I'm still thinking about it a little bit too. So, but horror's cool. And I took a crime film class in the fall that had a lot of various good things. I had to watch some, various movies over the years. I think it was in the 40s, a movie called Double Indemnity, which was very good. It's a banger movie. I'm trying to say more things than just a banger, but it was a banger. That movie's so good. A lot of great writing, a lot of like innuendos and stuff. Since again, it was during the production code, they couldn't really just say like, let's have sex or nothing like that. They had to kind of say it underhandedly or something like that. So written very well. Interesting plot, great acting from the main two characters. Very good. I like that movie a lot. Good film noir type movie. Another good one from the 70s was Chinatown, which stars Jack Nicholson. Most people know him, I'm sure. But I don't know. I don't think I really heard of Chinatown before I saw it. That might be one of his like lesser known movies, but it's probably one of his better ones because it's a very, very good movie. It is directed by Roman Polanski, who is a pedophile, as far as I know, and a piece of shit. But I felt like that was an easy movie to kind of separate because Jack Nicholson does so great, and all the other actors do so great, and the writing is very good, and all those people who aren't Roman Polanski made it. So pretty good movie, minus the pedophile. So that was good. I also had to watch Taxi Driver, which a lot of people probably know. That's one of those like misunderstood movies, like something like Breaking Bad or Sopranos or Fight Club or something like toxic masculinity guys will see it and be like, yeah, dude, that's how men are supposed to be. But like, that's the purpose of the movie is the exact opposite of that. You're not supposed to be like this, or you will, your life will suck. So, despite people misunderstanding it, it is a very good movie, very well made. De Niro's great. I think that's actually the only Martin Scorsese movie I've seen entirely. I've probably seen clips of plenty, but I do need to watch more of his stuff. I do like him. He's a very good director. Uh, Still haven't seen Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm kind of waiting for it to be on Apple, like streaming. You can rent it, but it's like $20. Like, what the hell? I'll just buy it. So, yeah, crime film class was cool. Also took a Western class at the same time. Those actually overlap pretty well because Westerns have a lot of crime in them and bandits and all that stuff. A lot of those movies were fine. Nothing too special. The only ones I want to talk about is Rio Bravo, which was a John Wayne movie. I'm sure a lot of people know who John Wayne is. I learned about him a little bit. Questionable individual, but probably not the worst guy ever. I don't think. I don't know, but good actor because he was in a lot of movies. Rio Bravo was very fun. It's a long movie and it's really just like a lot of like talking, but I don't know. It had a good vibe to it. It was very cozy in a way because majority of the time the main characters are like protecting a guy who's in jail. The guy in jail is like friends or brother or something's trying to break him out. So they're just sitting waiting the whole time for that to happen and just talking and like developing the characters, and it's all very interesting. I like that movie a lot. It's pretty good. And similar-ish movie 310 to Yuma has another case of like characters talking and character development, except it's more about like two guys. One is again a criminal and the other guy's trying to deliver him to jail this time instead. And just the things they talked about was really good. I don't really remember exactly the details, but it was a lot of like morality and the way of the world and stuff like that kind of things, and it's very interesting. I liked it. I had to write a paper on that, so I had a lot to talk about, of course, if I wrote the paper right. And the last class that I took, I also took a screenwriting class, but I just had to watch like short films for that. Nothing to talk about really for that. I do understand screenwriting a little bit better. I had to write my own short film script. Fun, I guess, sort of. And I understand screenwriting more now. But at the same time, I took a comedy film class and watched again a variety of movies. Some were funny, some were meh. Like I understood the jokes, but wasn't necessarily funny to me. Two movies that I thought were bangers again, very, very good. Some Like It Hot from the 50s. Marilyn Monroe's in it. Most people know her. And it's very funny. Holds up well, I think. I feel like it could have been more like problematic or offensive, possibly, because the plot of the movie is two men dressing up as women. So they could have been a little bit more offensive, potentially, but I think it doesn't. It's not really that bad. Like one of the guys is like kind of into it. He's like, yeah, I like being a girl, So I feel like it holds up well. Very funny, very well made, and also The Graduate. I watched that. That was less funny. I still kind of don't understand why that wasn't a comedy film class. Because, like, it's funny at times, but it's not like I don't know, not a constant comedy. But I guess it doesn't need to be. But that was a very good movie, too. A lot of symbolism and ideas. And that also came, when did that? That was 1967, I think. That was a movie that came out during the production code, but it was like kind of pushing the envelope and stuff. Because, 50s, 60s, the man's supposed to go to work, woman's supposed to, raise the kids and clean the house and all that stuff. And The Graduate was kind of saying like, does that really have to happen? People don't really have to have their lives all planned out for them right away, once they get out of college. Graduate. Yeah, a lot of good stuff in that movie. Enjoyed it a lot. And that's about it for the movies that I watched for school that I care to talk about. Besides that, I watched, of course, some superhero movies. I'm a big nerd, so I saw a majority of the superhero movies. I did not see Ant-Man. Still haven't seen it. Don't really care too much, honestly. I like the first Ant-Man. The second one's whatever. Third one I heard wasn't that great. I didn't like. I couldn't see it. I didn't have a chance. I was busy at the time. And then it came out on Disney Plus, and I was just not super interested because everybody's saying it's not that great. So didn't see that. Didn't see Aquaman, which has been out for like a month now. Sounds like a lot of people didn't see it because it didn't make much money. I still haven't seen the first Aquaman. I'm not very interested. I'll watch it at some point probably. But for the movies that I did see, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that was a beautiful movie. Definitely cried, of course. I'm sure most people did, especially if you're like an animal lover. That was a hard movie to watch, probably. And that was like a long time coming. You know, that was a movie that came out in 2014 originally, and very interesting like trajectory, I guess, because there was all this stuff with James Gunn and like just the initial thing. Like nobody knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy was 10 years ago, and now everybody does, or a lot of majority of people do. Majority of the movie going public. So yeah, I don't know. A lot to talk about with that movie. Not gonna talk about it too much, but it's very good. I still think the first one's the best out of the three. First one's just a masterpiece. You can watch that like no matter what. You know, you don't need the MCU story for that. You don't really need like superhero movie knowledge or anything. That's just a good ass movie, you know. So, but yeah, 3 was still pretty good. I'd say that's the second best now, like pretty close, right behind the first one. Another Marvel movie was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Very good. The second Miles Morales movie. I love Miles Morales. He's a beautiful character. Not like, I mean, like overall, not like physically, but yeah, I like his character a lot. I love the movies, how they represent him, and how they show that Spider-Man struggle from a different like perspective, I guess. And yeah, just beautiful movies. I don't like Across the Spider-Verse as much as the first one. The first one is perfect. Into the Spider-Verse, the 10 out of 10 masterpiece, no flaws, completely flawless. The second one's pretty good still. It's like right behind the first, but it is like a part one, so it is like kind of not. The story's not quite finished yet. So a lot of people have said like it's bad because of that. I don't think it's bad, but I do think like it kind of loses a little bit there because the first movie's a complete story. You never needed a second movie or a third one. The first one stands alone. So, but the second one's pretty good. Enjoyed it a lot. I want to watch it again. Actually, I got the Blu-ray for Christmas. I haven't watched it yet. I kind of want to watch it. I should do that. It's a good ass movie. And then I wrote DC here, but I'll skip that and talk about the other Marvel movie that I saw, The Marvels, which was Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau. I always get her and her mom mixed up. I'm pretty sure it's Monica, right? Because they both have M names and they got an A at the end. Her mom is Maria, I believe. Monica, I think she's Photon, right? But I don't think they ever said her name in the movie. And then Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. It was the three of them, the ladies movie. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I don't think it's perfect. There's problems, of course. The villains I forgot entirely what her name was, what her motivations were. I've seen a lot of people say that was like the worst villain in Marvel movies. They're probably right. He was pretty irrelevant. But overall, I enjoyed it. It was more unique. There was a little like a musical number in the middle, and I saw a lot of people say it's bad. I don't think it was bad. Like, it was fun. It's more unique than Ant-Man probably was. I don't know because I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna assume Marvel's was probably a little bit more unique. So I enjoyed it. Not a perfect movie. It's like a 6 or 7 probably out of 10. It's average, or above average. So I enjoyed it. I don't think it was that bad. And another movie that I don't think was that bad was The Flash. Moving over to DC, it was not great. There's some problems, specifically that one scene that everybody probably knows with the CGI faces and Supermans and all that. Doesn't look great. the more I think about it and see it on, social media or something. Not great, but I do feel like that like core plot is pretty strong with Barry and his mom. I do really enjoy that. It's really not that much of the movie. Like it's kind of the main purpose of the movie, but it's not in it that much, I guess. But I do really like that a lot. So I feel like it's not. A lot of people said it's just dog shit, terrible, god awful movie, worst movie ever made. Like it's not that bad. It's not good, but there's something to it. There's a little bit of heart, kind of buried in there. So it's not that bad. Uh, the only other DC movie I'm trying to think, was there other DC stuff that came out this year? I don't think so. It was Flash, Aquaman. Wasn't there some? Oh, Shazam. I didn't watch that. Nobody watched that. I'll watch it at some point. I don't care. First one was fine. Second one, whatever. I don't care. The other movie though, Blue Beetle came out. That was the other DC movie. I never planned to see that, but my dad wanted to go and a friend, so we saw that and it was enjoyable. Actually, I like Blue Beetle. I like the emphasis on his family. That was the thing I liked a lot about Miss Marvel, the show. We don't really see a lot of that often. When superheroes, it's usually like they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or parents or maybe a kid, but it's never really like a full family. Most superheroes have dead relatives in some way. But Blue Beetle, Miss Marvel, they have like, full families that care about them and are trying to like, uh, help them on their journey. So I enjoyed that a lot. It was fun. Again, not a perfect movie, but better than probably Flash and the Marvels. Um, Enjoyable. I liked it. I hope the actor and the character that they've created stick around in the new DC stuff, because it is technically over now since Aquaman is out. Now we're doing the James Gunn universe, but which I'm hoping is pretty good. I'm excited, but we'll see. It's a lot of stuff they got to do right, I guess. But Blue Beetle was fun. I liked it, and that's about all I can remember for superhero movies. I don't think anything else came out. I don't remember. That's all I wrote down. That's all we're gonna talk about. Lastly, about movies, I want to talk about some of the personal movies that I watched just for me, not for school or anything special. I guess a couple of them are for social media type reasons, I guess. But I watched a lot of various movies. The ones that stuck out, I watched La La Land, which was a banger, god tier, beautiful fucking movie. God damn, that was so good. I had heard about that plenty. It almost won an Oscar for Best Picture. A lot of people probably know that story. Uh, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. The story is very good. The characters are good. The sets, specifically colors and music, is gorgeous. Um, I'm a big fan of Ryan Gosling. I think he's my favorite actor. I've been thinking about that sort of recently because I love him in La La Land. He's pretty good in Barbie, which I'll talk about. Uh, I love Blade Runner 2049. That's one of my favorite movies ever. A lot of his other stuff. There was something right on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember it. God damn it. Drive. I like Drive a lot. There was something else sort of recently. I can't remember now. But I like Ryan Gosling a lot. I think he's probably my favorite actor. Uh, he's pretty good. And La La Land was very good. There's like a scene towards the end of the movie where there's just like a lot of sets, a lot of great production design. Visuals are just great. It's a good ass movie. You should watch that. It was on Netflix, so watch that, please. And I also went to see Indiana Jones 5. I'm a big fan of Indiana Jones, naturally, because I like Star Wars, and I enjoyed it. I don't think, wasn't the best movie ever of all time, but again, similar to those other movies I talked about, it's not the worst thing ever. Not necessarily like great, but I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's a faithful or good enough kind of maybe ending for Indiana Jones. It kind of has to be an ending because Harrison Ford's like in his 80s, so can't really do too much more like crazy, action acting like that. But I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. Again, not perfect. I only saw it the one time. I don't remember it too well, but I know I enjoyed it. I feel like it was a good send off, like a good stopping point. Now I just hope they actually stop. I also, of course, saw Oppenheimer, Barbenheimer, that whole thing. Although I only saw Oppenheimer like in July, I didn't see Barbie until like a month ago now. I watched it in December, so yeah. Oppenheimer was very good, masterpiece. Probably, I didn't really understand everything honestly because it was moving so fast. It was 3 hours long, but it felt like it was like just speed running the movie, I guess. But I do really need to watch it again. But it's very good. A lot to think about. It was very heavy. A lot of potential like stuff, to think about. Like, whoa, man, yeah, the world could just get destroyed at any second, couldn't it? So a lot to think about with that. I wish I kind of would have had the cleanser of Barbie, which was very good. Um, I think it's a little. I saw some people say it's like a little heavy-handed at times. I was actually thinking about it because I watched like a reaction video. I watch a lot of those. I feel like that's kind of cringe to say, but I do watch a lot of people like react to stuff, and movies, movies, TV. And I watched Barbie through that again. Just sorry, it was clips, and that one scene where she talks to the old lady, and she's like looking around at the world, and there's people that are happy, and there's a guy that's like sad, and she's like understanding what humanity's about. That scene was very good because there's not a lot of talking. It's showing, not telling. That's what you're supposed to do in movies. You can't necessarily. That's one thing I learned from my screenwriting class. You can't really, show like inner emotions and thoughts and stuff. You have to. Well, yeah, you can't really like explain that. I mean, you have to show that because you can't really show what people feel inside. You have to show it outward. And if you write, exposition like I am very sad right now, I am very happy right now, that's not natural. Nobody's gonna believe that. That's not how you write a script. That's not how you write a story. That works for something like books because you can't see the people, so you have to write their thoughts and all. But when it's a visual medium, then showing not telling is better. So I like that scene a lot. And then there's the scene with America Ferrera when she gives her whole monologue, which is good, but like it's a little like heavy-handed in a way because everything she's saying is true and correct and all that, but you could have left it at like a little bit more. I don't know, up to the audience to think about. They also kind of do it at the end of the movie too, because there's that whole humanity, I don't know, montage thing, and there's no real like dialogue in that. Um, so I don't know. Not a perfect movie, but it's pretty good. I don't think it's bad at all. I'm only focusing on the stuff I didn't like, but everything else is very good. Music, of course. Acting is all fun. The story is just very fun. Sets, of course. Makeup and uh, costume design, all that stuff. Very very good. Very impressive. I'm glad they did a lot, or it seemed like they did a lot of stuff practically. Not a lot of CGI and stuff. It seemed like so. That was very nice to see. Um, yeah, Barbie's good. I also watched Blackberry, which was pretty fun movie. I guess it was fun. That starred Glenn Howerton, who's from very well known from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I'll talk about because I watched that whole show. And it's about the Blackberry, and it was very intriguing to see the history. I didn't really like know the history because all that stuff was going on when I was a kid. I didn't have a cell phone. I wasn't really paying attention, but I kind of knew, what would happen. The iPhone came out, so BlackBerry kind of died. But yeah, very interesting movie to watch. Fun little documentary type thing. Even though it was not a documentary, just what biopic. Yeah, good movie for that. I don't know. Good movie. I'm trying to think of something. I'm losing it. Train of thoughts going. Another movie I watched, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Mutant Mayhem, the animated movie that came out. Sort of, kind of, a Spider-Verse type movie, very unique art style and more focused on like, child or teenage characters. and I enjoyed it a lot. It was pretty fun, pretty good. I feel like it wasn't, perfect again, but it was pretty damn good. I feel like if they just build on what they had for the first movie and like just add I don't know, maybe a better story. The story wasn't bad, but just a little bit more interesting of a story in the second movie. I feel like the second movie could be really, really good. So I hope it will be. And I watched Bottoms, which was a comedy. Pretty funny. I feel like that was almost a little bit better than Barbie in ways because it has some feminism type stuff in it, and it's presented in a funnier way, I guess, similar to Barbie. But yeah, it's rated R, so they could do a lot more. I think it was rated. Yeah, it had to be. So that was pretty funny. I liked that a lot. You should check that out if you haven't. It's a very good comedy. Liked it a lot. And the last movie that I watched just for myself that I'll mention was Past Lives, which was very good. I think that's my favorite movie of 2023. Very entertaining. I liked it a lot. A lot to think about, and there's really not like much that kind of happens in the movie. Just a lot of like talking. So I could see why some people wouldn't enjoy it, but it's in no way bad. It's very good. Probably not everyone's cup of tea, but it's a good ass movie. And I may potentially make a video about that. I don't want to talk about it too much. I might make one. I'm not quite sure. I had the idea. I kind of got over the idea, but I don't know. We'll see. So that'll be it for movies. Now I got to talk about TV shows and video games, and this is already almost an hour, so I'm gonna try to kind of speed run through some of this stuff. I feel like the movies was the bigger part because I did watch a lot of movies in 2023. I'm going to quickly, very quickly check my letterboxd while I keep talking. I want to see the exact number. It was like 100 something, I believe. My diary doesn't show me there. 115 in 2023. Yeah, I watched 115 movies the whole year, so I watched a lot. I had a lot of movies to talk about. But when I wasn't watching movies, I watched a few TV shows. I watched The Last of Us, which came out in January. I've never played the games. I know the stories because I've watched them on YouTube and stuff. So it felt faithful enough to me. Liked it. That third episode was very good. Pretty good. I think I teared up or cried. Very well made. Good show. Not much else to talk about. Liked it a lot. Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, very good. Enjoyed it. Looking forward to the second season. See how that turns out. I also watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I only typed Brooklyn 9. I didn't realize that. I don't need to type that, but I'm going to. I have notes, by the way. I don't remember if I ever mentioned that, but yeah. So, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Watched that. Didn't actually complete it, which is kind of an embarrassing thing that I do sometimes. I watch like a whole TV show and then stop on the last like 2 episodes. I did that with Mr. Robot. I've still not finished Mr. Robot, and I watched that in like 2022, I think. Yeah, I still haven't watched the end of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, partially, mainly because I didn't want it to end, so I just didn't want to watch the last couple episodes, but from the rest of the show, it was very funny, enjoyable. Some of the episodes were, whatever. A lot of them were pretty funny. I liked it a lot. Unfortunately, Andre Brower, one of the characters, Captain Holt, one of the main characters, he passed away last month, which is very unfortunate to see. His character was probably one of the best in the show, and very sad. But thankfully we have the show and everything else he's done to honor him. He has that legacy. We can always remember him through that, so that's good. In April, I think April, May, Barry ended, the HBO show. The 4th and final season came out. I watched the 3rd season live. I don't think I watched the 1st and 2nd one live, but watched that show for a couple of years. Really enjoyed it. It's Bill Hader from Saturday Night Live and various things, you know him probably. And the show was very interesting. Like it was a comedy. For most of it, it was his character is a hitman, so I don't want to say too much, but there's violence and stuff, drama, crime, that kind of stuff. But it's mainly a comedy for like the first 2 seasons, and then in the third season, it kind of took a big turn and was like very serious and dramatic, and it worked, and it kept that going for the fourth season. And I really enjoy the show overall. It's probably one of my favorite shows, honestly. Like overall, it's a very unique, very good. Bill Hader wrote a lot of it and directed a lot, and I'm very interested to see what he will do next because he's very good. I always saw him, in acting roles, but he's pretty good at writing and directing as well. Also, I watched Always Sunny, like I mentioned earlier. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I had heard about that for many years. I tried to watch it a couple years ago. I don't remember exactly when. Didn't really like it that much. Honestly, season one, when I rewatched, I think I got through season one and like part of season two when I originally watched it. This time I kind of skipped some of season one because it's really not that great in my opinion. And season two, once Danny DeVito gets there, I feel like that's when it picks up. I feel like without the whole gang, it's not quite the same. So since they're together for most of the show, like all the seasons except for the first one, it's very good the rest of the time. I kind of got it, and I kind of had to realize like they suck. You're not supposed to like these people at all or anything. They're terrible, awful people. So once I realized that, it was more enjoyable. But pretty good, pretty funny. Liked it a lot. Hope more's coming out. I don't actually know if they've like confirmed another season or not, but good show. Very funny. I also watched Fargo, a little bit of that, because that was a show I had to watch for my crime class I was talking about earlier, and it was pretty enjoyable. I like how it's an interesting like take on the like police type show because it's set in Minnesota, North Dakota, primarily like snowy kind of barren areas, and so there's not like a lot of, it's like a cop show but there's not that many cops because it's a very small town and all that stuff. So I feel like it's a lot more intriguing because of that, because they don't have like a big police force. It's like maybe like 5 to 10 people. So I feel like it's more interesting because of that. I also watched What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show, because I watched the movie and I heard about the TV show and I just watched the first episode and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna check this out. And then I was immediately hooked on it. And I watched the whole 5 seasons in like a week or so. So really enjoyed it a lot. Very fun. I really kind of like that take on vampires where they're just like silly and not like super serious. I do like when they just kind of mess around. So enjoyable. And there's one more season coming out, and I heard that was the last one. So I'm very much looking forward to that. But I'm also sad because I don't want it to end. But I'd rather it end sooner than go on for like 20 seasons probably. So one other show I watched was The Bear, which was a very good show. I don't want to talk about that too much at all because I would very much like to make a video about that. I don't know exactly when, hopefully soon. But yeah, that's a very good show. I'll probably 90% gonna make a video. So I'm not gonna talk about that too much. So good show. And now I'll have a little Star Wars section here because a lot of Star Wars stuff came out. A lot of Star Wars TV because they don't make movies anymore because they're stupid. Mandalorian season 3 came out. I enjoyed it. Not too particularly special, but it had its enjoyable moments. Don't really know what else to say. The Bad Batch season 2 came out. I liked the first season, but I feel like the second season was a lot better, a lot more enjoyable, a lot more fun adventures, and then there was a lot more like personal situations happening with the Bad Batch. So I really like that second season. I think that's also ending with the third season that's gonna come out next. So again, sad, bittersweet, but I'm sure I'll enjoy it. And Star Wars Visions, season 2 of that came out. It's like an animated series. It's not canonical, just kind of fun ideas. And the first season was all made by Japanese studios, so it was all like Star Wars anime. The second season was made by various studios around the world. There was a French studio, one from Spain, I think. I believe one from Africa somewhere. Uh, of, again, I think a Japanese studio, Korean. I feel like I'm missing some. There was an Irish one. There was just a big variety. Indian, a lot of different studios, and I really enjoyed it for that because there was a lot of variety in the ideas and the concepts and all. I love animated Star Wars stuff like that. That is very unique. So I enjoyed it a lot. And it's, they're all very short, less than like 20-minute episodes. So you can watch the whole thing in a day. Very entertaining. I liked it a lot. I love Visions. I think there's a season 3 coming. And I hope there is, because goddamn, yeah, Visions is great. And the biggest Star Wars thing probably of the year was Ahsoka. I enjoyed it a lot. I understand the issues that people had, similarly to Mandalorian and Boba Fett. I know it's not perfect, but I liked it a lot. I watched Star Wars Rebels last couple of seasons live. I saw the finale live. I had been waiting like 5 years or whatever for that story to continue, and it did continue in Ahsoka. And yeah, I'm very biased when it comes to Star Wars a lot of the time. I see the issues and the problems, but if I see something cool that I like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna like the fun stuff. So I enjoyed Ahsoka, and I hope there will be another season. Hopefully, I also almost forgot one of the kind of standout characters of the show was Balin Skull, a new character played by Ray Stevenson, who also unfortunately passed away in the summer, I think, before the show released. So that was another very bittersweet and unfortunate thing because people really enjoyed his character and liked the performance that he gave so much, and unfortunately that's all we're ever gonna get. So very sad. It seemed like his character was going somewhere interesting next. I hope they, I guess, recast him because I don't really want that story to just end abruptly. I think it could be very interesting. I don't know who exactly could fill that role as well as him, but I don't know. Hopefully they can find someone. And again, we've got plenty of stuff of his to remember him by. I don't think I've seen him in too many things, but from what I saw in Ahsoka, he was a very talented actor. So very sad that he's gone, but we can luckily look back on his work that he put a lot of effort into. And lastly, going away from Star Wars, the only other TV thing I can think of was Invincible. Season 2 finally came out. Can't believe it. It felt so long. It was only like 2 years, but it felt like decades. And it's still technically not done. They just showed 4 episodes, and the other 4 are coming out soon, I guess. They haven't set a date, but beginning of 2024, they said. But those first 4 episodes were pretty good. I enjoyed them a lot. I've read the entire comic now. I don't remember every detail because I read it pretty quick, and that was in 2021 when the show came out originally. But I remember some of the stuff that they've showed, in this beginning of the second season, and it's just very fun to like see it put to screen and also like think about what they're gonna show next, because they're not gonna do, the episodes aren't exactly lining up with the comic issues, so it's fun to watch what they're gonna do next. I'll probably talk about that a lot more when the rest of the episodes come out, when the season's actually done. That's about it for TV. There was a couple of things that I heard about but didn't watch. Secret Invasion, one of the Marvel shows. Heard a lot of bad things about that, so I didn't watch it. I probably won't, because I heard it's like not good, first of all, and I don't think it's like super necessary to watch. So it's not like really integral to the MCU, so I don't think I'll ever watch that, honestly. Maybe at some point if I'm really bored, I don't know. We'll see. Also, there was Loki and Gen V, the Boys prequel, or not prequel, like a spinoff. Heard very good things about both of those. Didn't watch them. Want to, but I don't know when. I will watch them at some point. But yeah, didn't watch those, so don't have anything to say. Heard they're pretty good. I'm looking forward to watching them whenever I do. Oh yeah, that's about it for TV. Uh, Now I'm going to talk about video games briefly. We're nearing an hour now, so most of these things I'm just going to talk about briefly. A lot of the stuff you could see on my other channel and this channel in the future, potentially, depending on when I get stuff edited. So, beginning of the year, didn't play too much. I think Resident Evil and what Dead Space remake came out. Those seem cool. Didn't play those. First big thing I played of the year was Lightfall, which was a Destiny 2 expansion. Not necessarily new, but it's an expansion. And there's a lot to talk about with that. I'm not going to talk about it all. It was questionable. It was, the story was kind of whatever. Gameplay was fun as usual, I feel like. The loadout system was very good. I kind of forget that they just added that in Lightfall, because that feels like such an integral part to the game now. But it's only been in the game for less than a year, so yeah. Strand is fun. Not a whole lot to talk about. I enjoyed it a lot when it came out. Kind of waned, but most Destiny things do. But it was, a questionable release, I guess. And the last unfortunate passing I have to talk about is Lance Reddick, who has been in a lot of things. Primarily, what I've known him for the past 10 years was Commander Zavala. He was a voice actor of Zavala. And unfortunately, he passed away in March, I think. Very unfortunate. I don't really think about the Destiny characters too much, but when I do, it's gonna be someone like Zavala, because he's been there for 10 years. And yeah, I don't know. Very unfortunate. People went to Zavala in the game and were kind of paying respect to him, and kind of doing a little memorial thing in the game, just hanging around him and remembering him. And yeah, I don't know, that was probably the one that hit the hardest out of all the deaths that year. Because yeah, I really enjoyed his work. The character is really interesting. He got so much more interesting over the years. Got a lot of layers and depth to him. And yeah, unfortunately, we won't have Lance Reddick anymore. I guess a silver lining is, though, they said that they are recasting Zavala, and it will be Keith David, who's a pretty good actor. I've heard him in plenty of things, dozens of things. You very likely know who he is. Very good voice actor, very good actor, just very good at his job. I hope he will carry on the legacy of Zavala pretty well. I wrote about Gotham Knights here. I was going to talk about this. I'm just going to rush through this because who gives a shit. I bought Gotham Knights earlier in the year, played it a little bit. It was fun at first, and then it got boring. I'm tired of the loot systems and stuff being in games where they shouldn't be. I like that in Destiny or World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy or something. Diablo, which I'll talk about soon. I feel like that fits. That shit doesn't fit in Gotham Knights or the Avengers game or the Suicide Squad game coming out. I'm pretty sure it's gonna suck in that. The game looks, good in ways and bad in other ways. The bad thing is the fucking loot system. You don't need that shit in superhero games. I hate it. Gotham Knights was mid. I liked it at first. It got boring because of loot shit. I don't care. Take that out of fucking games that it doesn't belong in. I'm sorry. I just very passionate about that topic, I guess. I don't know. Two games that I'll talk about briefly, and you can watch more of my thoughts in the future. Star Wars Jedi Survivor came out, the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. Cal Kestis and that crew, the Mantis crew. Fun game. Improved a lot on the first game. Very fun. I recorded my whole playthrough. I will upload that at some point. Don't know when. It's a lot. It's like 400 gigs worth of footage, I think. But yeah, you can hear more of my thoughts in that whenever I upload it at some point. Also, Tears of the Kingdom, new Zelda game, the sequel to Breath of the Wild, came out. Very good, very fun gameplay wise. I thought it was going to be the game of the year initially, but then something in August came out, and I never actually finished Tears of the Kingdom. I played a lot. I think I played close to 100 hours, maybe. I don't know, maybe 70, somewhere in that range. Enjoyed it a lot, but yeah, never finished it. Just got sidetracked with school and other games and stuff. So I'll finish it at some point. I recorded a lot. That'll be uploaded at some point as well. Probably when I complete the game, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. During the summer, I played Diablo 4. Not gonna talk about that too much. Kind of similar to Gotham Knights. It was fun at first. I enjoyed it. But I don't know. Kind of fell off. Just wasn't super interested in sticking with it, I guess. And Final Fantasy Fan Fest happened during the summer, and they Final Fantasy 14, the MMO. They had a fan fest, which is their little convention thing, and they announced the new expansion that's coming out this year now in 2024, Dawn Trail, which seems fun, seems cool. I'm excited for it. There's actually a Japanese fan fest this weekend, I think. Hopefully they're gonna reveal some more stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna react to that. I'm not so sure. But I did react to the initial announcement, so you can go check that out on my second channel. I reacted to the whole thing and uploaded the whole thing. And later, I think it was like what, August, July? I don't remember. Remnant 2 was pretty fun. I played the first one, never beat it. I played this one, never beat it. But I like this one a lot. I feel like they improved on a lot more class variety and stuff. You know, build crafting type things. A lot of various builds you can have. So I like Remnant 2 a lot. It was pretty fun, but didn't finish it. Kind of got sidetracked by the game of the year, the real game of the year, the game of the fucking decade, Baldur's Gate 3. Goddamn, masterpiece, 10 out of 10, flawless, no flaws, even though there are, minuscule ones. But it's a perfect masterpiece, goddamn work of art. Baldur's Gate 3 is phenomenal. I've played like 200 hours. I actually started playing my Dark Urge playthrough recently. I put like 30 or 40 hours into it, which is probably not great because I've been working on YouTube stuff, but it was fun. And it's a beautiful game. It's a masterpiece. I can make a whole video about it, just talking about the things that make it so good. And it's gonna take a long time, and we're past an hour now, so I'm not gonna talk about it too much more. But it's phenomenal. It's probably the best RPG I've ever played, and it's probably one of the best games I've ever played. I don't know where on a list or anything I would put it, but it's a masterpiece. It's probably genuinely the best game I've played in like 10 years. Close to like, I don't know, Elden Ring or something, or Bloodborne or something. I don't know what else, but very, very good. God damn, Baldur's Gate's good. Play it, please. Even if you don't like it, you could hopefully get into it. If you don't get into it, I'm sorry. Go watch a video of something. I don't know. Very good though. Then later in October, Spider-Man 2 came out. Really enjoyed that as well. Questionable at times. I don't think it's quite a masterpiece like I was expecting. There's some stuff story-wise that's a little but I feel like it's good overall. I enjoyed it a lot. I've seen a lot of people kind of turning on it, as the internet does. They're like turning on it and saying like, man, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Like, it's not that bad. Like, the certain things that they're talking about, it's like, it's maybe like a little inconvenience, but it's not bad. I don't know. But like Spider-Man 2 a lot. I plan to edit that and upload that to this channel. I've already uploaded the full playthrough. I 100% of the game. I got the platinum. So it's like a whole 20 to 30 hour playthrough, whatever, all on my second channel. Check that out if you would like. I enjoyed it a lot. And then that's about it for video games, actually. Now, I just wanted to briefly talk about some stuff that I'm interested in for the future. BlizzCon was this year. World of Warcraft new expansions got announced. They announced the next 3, which is cool. I used to love World of Warcraft a lot. Kind of fell off around Shadowlands because Shadowlands sucked. But I played a little bit of Dragonflight when it came out, and I've been playing a little bit recently because of Hardcore and Season of Discovery and all that. But like, I was playing that with friends, and we all kind of stopped. So I was playing a lot of Dragonflight, and I was actually enjoying it quite a bit. So The War Within is the next expansion for World of Warcraft. I think it's coming out this year, pretty sure. And I'm excited for that a little bit more than I have been in the past. I kind of fell off of World of Warcraft, like I said, but it seems like they're actually trying to make players care about the game again. It seems like they give a shit about the story now, which I'm interested in because I used to like the story until BFA. And yeah, it seems like they're on the right track. Also, Bobby Kotick, the devil himself, is gone from Blizzard now. Thank the heavens that we are free from his disease. Fucking weirdo freak man who ruined everything. Yeah, he's gone now. So hopefully that's a good sign for Blizzard as a whole. Maybe their games won't suck ass anymore. Call of Duty sucked. Overwatch 2 sucked. So hopefully we get some good games now, finally, again, from Blizzard. And also a big trailer. Everybody on the planet's seen it because, the numbers are there. It made like 1 billion views or something. I actually don't know. It was like 10 million. I don't remember. GTA 6, that trailer finally came out after fucking 10 years of GTA 5 being out. After 7 billion GTA Online expansion things, updates. They're finally making the 6th game. Yeah, they've been working on it, of course, but it's finally going to come out. And it's unfortunately not coming out till next year, 2025. I'm kind of hoping it'll be towards the beginning of the year because then I don't have to wait too long, but it'll come out when it comes out, So looking forward to that. I kind of want to play all the GTA games at some point. I might do that at some point this year. I'm going to see about that. I really want to. I just don't know if I have the time, but I want to do that because I've played most of them for like a certain amount of time. I beat 4 and 5. So kind of wanted to replay those. And yeah, very much looking forward to that. It's GTA. It's probably going to be very, very good, especially after Red Dead 2, because Red Dead 2's story and characters were very good. I remember GTA 5 being good, but Red Dead 2 is good. So I'm looking forward to that added storytelling to the new game. Yeah, I guess that's about it probably for everything I wanted to talk about. We're at an hour. I don't want to ramble too much more. So this is a good length, I think. I think I talked about enough stuff. So this will be what the future ocean views will probably be like. At the moment, I'm just recording this video of manatees for a background video, and I just have my sound here, and I'm not going to edit anything out. Like I said, I usually put in some music or like pictures of what I'm talking about. That's what I did in the old ocean views, but I'm not feeling like doing that right now because it might take some more time, like I said. So in the future, if I kind of think of a better idea for that, I might edit in more stuff. At the moment, I'm kind of just trying to like get something uploaded, like I was saying. This podcast feels like it's a good just thing that I can like keep up with pretty easily. I want to keep making edited videos similar to my Saw video. I have an idea right now that I'm trying to work on. I've been a little sidetracked, but I'm going to try to get that out soon. And I got some video game stuff that I would like to edit and post soon as well in the meantime when I'm making bigger videos. But yeah, this feels like if I get super sidetracked and have like no time, I can at least upload this, once a month. It's pretty simple. I talk for an hour, move on. So this will at least be something consistent that I can do for the whole year. My goal is to have 12 ocean views this year, one for each month. So I'm going to try that. And it'll primarily be about movies, video games, TV like this that I've, been watching or playing in the past month. However, I have one idea that I would like to try next episode, maybe. We'll see. I realized I didn't really watch any anime in 2023. That was like kind of a big part of my recap for the years I was gone. Because I watched a lot of anime in 2021 and some in 2022. I don't think I watched any in 2023. And there's a lot of anime that I would like to watch, but there's just like so much. And I had an idea that if I watch something for this podcast specifically, then that would kind of keep me like on track to watch it, And I don't want to like watch multiple things really, because I'll probably just get lost and everything. There's, I'll get confused at what is even happening. So I had the thought of, I think I'm gonna watch one anime per season. Anime usually splits their seasons up by like, winter, spring, summer, fall, that, those seasons. So I think I'm going to pick a seasonal anime and talk about that over the course of, I guess, a couple ocean views, because anime is usually like 12 episodes, 13. So it's usually over the course of like 3 months, from what I remember when I was a weeb, when I watched anime like it was a job. So I think I'm going to try to watch like one anime per season. So I don't even know what's out right now. I'd have to look up winter 2024. I did kind of want to watch that one with the little elf girl. Was it Frieren, something like that. So she got an F name and R's in her name, multiple R's, and she's an elf. I don't know. That seemed cool. A lot of people were talking about that. I saw a lot about that. Maybe I'll watch that. I'm gonna look up something that it seems interesting to me. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I would like to do that. Have a little anime corner segment, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. I'll probably start that in the next episode. Also, I kind of want to read something. I was considering like reading a book or something, but I don't think I want to do that because books are long. I thought about the other kind of books, comic books. I could maybe read those, and I feel like a perfect thing is coming along for me to start with. There's the Ultimate Universe in Marvel Comics, which is like a side comic series from the main comic books, and that ended in 2015. I think I didn't read all of it. I just read Ultimate Spider-Man and a few here and there. But they're like kind of bringing it back now, and it seems very interesting. The first thing I believe is Ultimate Spider-Man, but he's like an adult and he gets bit by the spider, and he's married to Mary Jane and he has kids, and he gets bit by the spider then. So that seems like a very unique concept, very interesting. And that first issue is coming out in like a week, I think, or something. I thought it was the 10th. I don't remember exactly when, but the Ultimate Universe, the new Ultimate Universe thing is starting now. So I kind of want to keep up with that, maybe. I don't know. Now would be the time to like keep up with it, because there's nothing. Like, they're starting it brand new. So now would be the time to keep up with something before it gets to be 1,000 issues. I might keep up with the whole Ultimate Universe. Might just do Ultimate Spider-Man. I'll see about that. I'll see how I feel. But I think I'm going to do that as well. So I'm going to do the anime part, and then I'm also going to keep up with the Ultimate Comics Universe, the new one that they're starting in 2024. So those things, plus movies, video games, TV, is what I'll be talking about in my future Ocean Views. And like I said, I might add more edited stuff, so it could be more interesting to watch in the future. At the moment, I'm probably just going to do mainly audio because it's very simple and easy. I just read off my notes. I stop the recording. I upload it. So, yeah. I'll see how I feel in the future about it. I'm just, like I said many times, just trying to get something started here. So that's what we're doing. That's what this is. It's the beginning. It's not going to be exactly what I want right away. It's going to grow, right? It's gonna flourish. So, yeah. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm getting hungry now. I haven't eaten since lunchtime. It's getting late, so I need to go eat something. And those are my ideas. I'm going to try to stick to them, like I said. So, yeah, that's about it. Don't know what else to say. I'm going to ramble a little bit more in this outro. Thank you for watching if you watched this. Don't expect too many people to watch it, but if you did, thank you very much. Very cool. I hope I can make something, better in the future. Maybe I'll have people to talk to. Maybe friends would want to talk, or I don't know. I'll see. Hopefully we got some fun stuff potentially in the future. And it's not just me talking. But even if it is that, maybe it's still fun. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully you'll be along for the journey. So, yeah, that'll be it. Thank you for watching. Please go watch my main videos that I actually put a lot of work into. I enjoy making those, and I'm trying to practice my editing skills and trying to improve, because I would like to be an editor. And like I said, I'm in my last year of school, so I kind of need to get a job next year because I don't have a job still. I'm just in school, so yeah, I'm gonna need a job. So I'm kind of practicing. I don't exactly expect YouTube to be a job. I just kind of am using it at the moment for practice. So, uh, please let me know if I can improve on anything, because yeah, that's mainly what I like to do. Improve so I can turn something into a job. I don't know. So, and I again enjoy it. It's a kind of it's kind of a hobby, but I feel like editing videos would be a good job for me. I don't want to work in video games or well, yeah, TV maybe. I don't want to be an actor or, work on sets necessarily. Don't want to work in video games, definitely not after last year. But editing seems fun to me. I feel like it could be a good job that I could stick to pretty easily. And yeah, I'm trying to practice here and improve. So, I already said it twice. I'm rambling. I'm realizing. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback, please. Please give me constructive criticism. If you say I suck or something, I'm just gonna block you and move on. So, yeah. Thank you again. I'm gonna stop now because I will never stop talking if I don't stop the recording. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed Oceanview. See you next month at the beginning of February with the second episode of Oceanview. Yeah, see you around.